7500.
Welcome to Heaven on Earth, a sacred portal to visualizing, meditating, and co-creating our highest joys that usher in the Golden Age of Aquarius. I'm your host, Athena StarSeed. Hi, this is Athena StarSeed, and this is a show called Heaven on Earth. And I have my gorgeous co-host, Emmy Award-winning Kim Hix, all the way from Hawaii. Welcome, Kim.
Aloha ohana.
Okay, so I'm going to start out with our opening invocation, and then we're just going to jump right in. So everybody take a nice, deep, cosmic breath, and exhale. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light return to earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. Let the Christ consciousness return to earth. In the center where the will of God is known, let the center guide the little wills of men, the center which the masters know and serve, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. And may the plan of love, light, and power restore heaven on earth. Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, and Raphael, Father Sky, and Mother Earth, from the point of light that connects us all, be here in this sacred circle. Om, om, om. Amen. Welcome, Kim.
Hallelujah.
Yay! How are you? Tell me about Hawaii.
Hawaii's sitting in a low pressure zone, so it's been very, very quiet here. The tourists are kind of disappointed, but the locals really appreciate the coolness and the thoughtfulness that the dark weather evokes. It's good. It's a good feeling.
That's wonderful. It's so cold in LA. Last night, Julian and I did a sound bath at the Crystal Matrix in Glendale. Oh my gosh, I felt like it could have snowed. It was so freezing.
Wow.
Really cold, loading in and out. But we had a great sound bath. Julian, of course, played the cosmic celestial music. And we had a couple people that had angelic visitations just off the
I
sound.
would have loved that. I would have loved to be there.
Can't wait until you come home.
Yeah, well, one of these days.
Okay, so we have our tarot card, Kim. You've been waiting to talk about this, the Wheel of Fortune.
Very, very interesting. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh my goodness. The first thing I want to say, let's go to some of the symbolism. I don't have my image here in front of me, but one of the powerful images on it is the snake. And the snake is coming down. He's a two-headed snake, and he's coming down from the higher realms of creation. And he represents life entering the state of space and time. And this is the advent of creation itself. Without the snake, we do not have the experience of time. Snake is a cyclic creature and represents the power of life in action, and has come to the garden to create the animated aspect of the garden. So all these archetypes are all frozen, except that life moves through them. So the idea of life floating through the Wheel of Fortune is that as we go to each stage, we discover a new aspect of ourselves and the universe and enact that, and then move on to the next stage. So this is a graceful state of flow through the cyclic roles of the archetypes. And that's what the Wheel of Fortune is representing, and represents, of course, the harmony of the celestial bodies with the earthly bodies, because all of the four corners are embodied in cloud structures, meaning the heaven on earth motif, which is our motif, Athena. And it's bringing us right home to our primary job right now, which is to bring heaven to earth in the most conscious, elaborate, creative way we can possibly do that. And I think we've got to do it now.
So, Kim, we were talking on the phone before the show about creating a Heaven on Earth bus tour to do all kinds of enactments. Let's go ahead and recap that.
Well, you flipped me into the higher thinking with your story about Corey, our friend Corey, who who was right near the shooting area zone and had wanted to do something. And what did he do? He got his piano out and he went down to where the battleship was and played the songs in honor of the kids. To me, that was breathtaking just to hear about it. And it makes me realize that that's exactly what needs to be done. We need to bring the full weight of the consciousness of the arts to bear directly on the fortress of the old paradigm and say, we're knocking on your door. Either you guys start cleaning up your mess or we will do it for you. And you'll all be disenfranchised from the great overall paradigm. So, yeah, I like this idea, Athena. I think we should all be traveling troubadours and drop in on local pockets of consciousness and have these pockets of consciousness help support us in the moving around, et cetera. I think that's basically our concept of the Lightworker Railway here, and I think it's being enacted.
This is beautiful. I would just want to mention, so those of you who don't know, you can go look at my timeline. It's Athena StarSeed Tina Castaldi on Facebook. I have a video of Corey, and I think it says peaceful piano music for guns and violence, or combating guns and violence. And what he did was he was traveling. He was an hour from the Florida shootings. He was staying with his mom because his father had died, and he's been taking care of his mother. Bless you, Corey, for that. It's always great to honor our parents. He drove to Houston, Texas, but he has to pass through Alabama. And there's this huge battleship. And he's been doing this back and forth because his wife died and his son is 19. So he's been taking care of his mother because the father died, and then his son because that mother died. So he's been going back and forth passing this battleship. And he asked permission, and the local authorities said, you may not play your piano near this ship. So somehow he was like, this is the time I'm doing it. He got a note from Source to just play it without permission. That's what he did. He put his piano out. He had a battery. He plugged it in. He had the battleship behind him. He talked about the children, and he played for 20 minutes this beautiful music that was healing to raise the consciousness of all the people, the perpetrators and the families of the victims, and the families, just to wrap them in love. And within 7 days, it's gotten 1,800 views. 1,800 views.
Fantastic.
If you're a light worker, share it.
Spontaneous combustion we're looking for, and I'm expecting now. This seems so much like the 60s to me. The articulation of the kids down there speaking out, they are brilliant. I think we need to throw our entire weight behind them, Athena. The whole world is ready for huge change, and only vigils of consciousness and appreciation and gratitude and elevating the consciousness collectively will work. That means we have to show up in the streets, and we have to show up standing behind our sons and daughters everywhere.
Absolutely. And this is, it's so poignant because in this really crazy, chaotic time where we're hearing more about these gun shootings, there's also this upsurge of all these light workers who are quitting their mainstream jobs and dedicating themselves, like Corey is, to playing sacred music for nature and for people. And we can't even quantify what kind of effect that's going to have on global consciousness.
The women's movement is become very powerful again, of course. But the most interesting factor behind it that I found out was that this is the first time we've had the women controlling their own wealth. This is wealth generated by the women. And what are the women doing with their wealth? Investing in the consciousness frontier. And that's what I find is breathtaking. So we maybe are at the tipping point where we can afford to support our light workers now. And if that's the case, then the floodgates are open for a new consciousness and a new paradigm.
And I'd like to invite everybody listening to the show and everybody on Facebook, please get a hold of Kim Hix or myself and let us know what role you want to play in this entire game of bringing heaven to earth. Whether you're a light worker or you're an artist or you have a light center or you have a lighthouse or you just know of an eco-friendly property or a community, or if you're a theatrical, what do you call it, a pageantry enactment. What do you call it, Kim?
Enactments.
Explain that to everybody.
Enactments, I discovered a long time ago in shamanic journey work that the clearest way to bring forth a vision was to seek a vision and then enact it or act it out. And these enactments become like, how do we want it to be? Who do I want to be? Then you enact yourself in a transformative way. And these enactments can call forth whatever it is we want, and great states of grace, etc. So our enactments, Burning Man is a great enactment, and it's a phenomenal experience because you go out to the desert and all these clans and small tribes of artistic and creative and conscious people gather, and there's this great symbolic act of burning the man, and you burn him to the ground. And what does that imply, and where does that thing come from? But that's the taproot of an enactment saying it's time for total transformation, like the phoenix, for our culture and this planet of male dominant paradigm. And it's the end of it. And it's the beginning of the goddess paradigm, which is the return to Mother and Mother Earth. And that's our enactment process. So I want to gather enactors all over the place and find out all of you who have these ideas for enactments. Corey did an enactment. He enacted a peace conscious activist web right there in a solo act of consciousness, spontaneously generated. And I think a whole group of angels, we can start showing up on street corners wherever things need to be said, wherever it needs to be done. I'm thrilled to see this new generation that articulate. After this, there's no stopping this movement.
Okay, so let's just dream big and continue to create with our imagination, the eye, the mage, the magician, using that imagination. And so let's just say what we want. We would like donated solar panels on our RVs, electric RVs, to travel the grid with a tour, and then pick up and drop off different light workers, and then build gardens in cities, and then do our enactments and play our music. So we are the troubadours that are storytellers, artists, musicians, ushering in this new renaissance. We talked last week about the Renaissance, Kim.
Yeah. This is the Renaissance. This is a brand new Renaissance, in fact. And it will come through this process of us creating our own circulation, our own state of chi and flow. And this is great. It's the underground railroad concept that you've envisioned, Athena. And yes, the resources I'm looking for all the young, bright inventors and conscious avatars who have techniques and technologies that would apply to tribal structures. And let's get experimenting with social dynamics in small city groups and honoring setups everywhere where we can have gatherings, small gatherings, and people of consciousness gather for the highest purposes of bringing heaven to earth. We're looking for your resources, everyone out there, and expect you to begin to activate these sacred circles all over the planet. This is humanity's endeavor. This is finally our turn as human beings to change the overall culture of the paradigm of this planet, which has been greed and money and isolation and separation. And the male paradigm is done. Let's get at it. Hallelujah to the new feminine energy arriving and the sacred goddess who guides them.
That's so beautiful. Okay, after we get back from this commercial break, we're going to introduce an amazing master shaman. His name is Eric Huggingbear Davis. They kind of call him the John of God of Houston, Texas. And he's been doing shamanic work all over the planet, and he's got prayer groups. He also has a light property that he wants to activate. I'll talk to you about that right back after these messages. All right. This is Athena StarSeed, and this is a show called Heaven on Earth. Please share the show.
Hi friends, this is Larry Minetti. Go to LarryMinetti.com to get my book, Aloha Magnum. You'll read all about the wonderful guest stars like Carol Burnett, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, and many, many more. There is an episode guide and my favorite recipes that I really cook at home. I will include a free signed photo with every book. Get Aloha Magnum at LarryManetti.com. Order now. Aloha.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's to see the memorabilia of movie stars and theatrical magic right in downtown Fullerton, California. See the art of the masters. An Italian town square complete with storefronts of old Italian butchers and cheesemongers, fruit and wine vendors, seamstresses showing their wares, fairy lights from cathedral ceilings, and our ancestors smiling down at you from the family love altar. The romance of Romeo and Juliet, and find the mystical room of the moon. And don't forget King Kong, Dracula, Frankenstein, and who knows what awaits you in the wine cellar. Enjoy the great food. We hand stuff our pastas, roll each and every tortellini, bake our own bread, make our own sauces fresh from our private stock of Sicilian family recipes. From pasta to seafood, chicken to award-winning pizzas, tiramisu flown in from Rome. If you can't find something on our menu to tempt you, you don't like Italian food. Try our Sunday brunch, just $18.95, and Angelo's and Vinci's has been named 2 years in a row Best Italian Restaurant in Orange County. Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurant, 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
Destination South Point. 11 great restaurants, bingo, bowling, movies, race books, sports books, spa, live entertainment, oversized rooms, and the rates unbeatable. The South Point Las Vegas. Book now. Online at southpointcasino.com or call 866-791-7626. southpointcasino.com or call 866-791-7626. At the South Point Las Vegas, you're always a winner.
This is a show called Heaven on Earth, and we are back with my gorgeous co-host Kim Hix, Emmy Award-winning set designer all the way from Hawaii on Hawaii 5-0, a dream within a dream, enacting a dream. And we have on the line Eric Huggingbear Davis. Are you here, Eric? You got him in? Eric, are you here? Can you hear us? We are waiting for Eric. So Eric Huggingbear Davis is a friend of our amazing conscious composer, Corey Keisler, who we talked about playing music right in front of that battleship in Alabama. So on Tuesday, Corey called me and said, I just met this incredible gentleman, and I really think that he's part of our collective. And we got on the phone, and it was like 3-4 hours later. We devised a whole entire plan on how we can connect him as a center, as a light worker, and a shaman. And then we already planned a Facebook event where we're going to fly him out to Los Angeles, and he'll do a whole week of healing, just like John of God, where he'll just be seeing people. He can see people 12, 13, 15, 18 hours. He's got that Ama energy where that chi runs through him. So Eric, hi, are you here? He's here? Eric, can we hear him? Can you put him on the outside?
He's not answering.
Huh. Okay. So he's on the line. So we have a little technical difficulty. But so Kim, I want to tell you a little bit about Eric. Eric, basically, when he was a very young child, he got discovered by this like shaman that recognized him and started teaching him a lot of his magic. And he started out with a deck of cards. And this is kind of fascinating. He told him, I want you to shuffle up the cards, and I want you to have them face down so you only see the back of the deck of cards. And out of 52 cards, I want to see how many you can psychically guess the other side. And I think it was something like 42 out of 52 cards. As a 6 or 7 or 8-year-old, he was able to, what do you call it? Psychically, predict
psychically
what the
predict.
card was. And then the guy said, all right, now I want you to realize all of this power that's coming through you is for the universe. And I don't want you to ever flip a card again. Use your power to help people heal.
There it is. There it is. That's what the gifts are for, Athena. To help everyone.
Yeah, the power that we have, a lot of the masters used to, they've said in different scriptures, ye are gods and you will do greater things than these. And Master Jesus, he healed the sick, he walked on water, he brought people back from the dead. Those are dormant powers, which are called cities, that are lying in our DNA, waiting for us to actualize. So we have no idea. We are limitless beings.
We have all these potentials in the deep well of our DNA. And when we get this cultural insanity over with, which is the collective insanity of our planet, we can achieve greater things than have ever been dreamed, no doubt about it. And we will dive deep into the well-being of everyone through this process. And I love the idea that we find ourselves through interaction on the active plane, and it's not about self-aggrandizement.
Well, okay, so how are we doing, Eric? Do we got him online? Huh? The phone's not picking up? Huh.
Well, if we don't, Athena, I wanted to ask, okay, everybody out there, I'm very interested. Do we have any, or who are the most intelligent thinkers we have online about future economics? What kind of tribal structures, land trusts can we create and invent? We'd love to get some people on the show who can address these issues, who have ideas and solutions. One of the key things, the two key things we need to create is independent energy sourcing for all humanity, and local food production, and how these can be achieved and interwoven together in land trust structures and tribal economics are really the forte of how we do the redesign for the capitalist culture and make it serve equally a socialized core structure, so that we take care of human values and let them supersede economic values. So anybody out there, we do want we want your help in putting this kind of design team task force of consciousness together.
All right, this is beautiful. I'm so excited. So you heard him. That's the call to action. If you know anybody that knows land trust, sacred economics, or all of these things that are related, please get a hold of me. I'm Athena StarSeed. We'll be right back after these commercial messages, and we'll have Eric Huggingbear Davis in online.
Hi, friends. This is Larry Manetti. Go to LarryManetti.com to get my book, Aloha Magnum. You'll read all about the wonderful guest stars like Carol Burnett, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, and many, many more. There is an episode guide and my favorite recipes that I really cook at home. I will include a free signed photo with every book. Get Aloha Magnum at LarryManetti.com. Order now. Aloha.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was a location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
Do you want to fly somewhere, anywhere in the world? Smart travelers call myflightsearch.com for the best deals on flight tickets. Going to Manila, Bangkok, London, how about Singapore? Call myflightsearch.com for the lowest flight tickets available. What about a local vacation? Let's say you want to fly to Vegas, Orlando, Miami, Los Angeles, or Denver. Pick up the phone and call myflightsearch.com right now. We have exclusive deals that you can't find anywhere else. The only way you can get these low airline prices is by calling us. We have so many low prices available, we can't possibly tell them to you right here and now. If you're flying somewhere anytime in the next 6 months and you want the lowest airline ticket prices anywhere, you owe it to yourself to save a ton of money. So pick up your cell phone and call myflightsearch.com right now.
Call 800-445-3166. 800-445-3166. That's 800-445-3166. Call now. 800-445-3166.
Located in the heart of Maui's premier resort, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool, indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kbhmaui.com. That's kbhmaui.com. Aloha.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Supreme grace, lay rain down through me. Supreme grace, lay rain down through me. Supreme grace, lay rain down through me. Rain. Supreme grace, lay rain down through me. Supreme grace, lay rain down through me.
Hi, this is Athena StarSeed, and we are back. This is the show Heaven on Earth, where we usher in the new paradigm, the Golden Age of Aquarius, where we free all the slaves of the mind and we get the artists into their characters and their enactment to live their life contract on purpose in their bliss fields. So we have on the phone our John of God shaman from Texas, Eric Huggingbear Davis. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hello, Athena. How are you doing?
Great. So I wanted you to meet Kim Hix and tell him a little bit about how you started as a child and how your journey unfolded.
Hi, Eric.
Hi, Kim. How are you doing?
Today, good. Yesterday, not so good. Today, good.
Okay, well, let's make today better than yesterday, and let's make tomorrow better than today. And let's
I
make
like
everything
that
after
idea.
that.
I'm down with that.
If we can improve 1 or 2% every day, you know what we'll do? In about 40 days, 100% better.
Yeah.
So I was about 6 years old when a shaman who was a friend of some of the people in my family recognized me as being a young shaman and having no concept of what it meant or what it was about. And he asked for permission to start teaching me.
Eric, 1 second. Eric, I'm sorry. Your phone is really muffled. Can you either move your mouth away from it a little bit? Can you call us from a landline?
I'm out. No, I'm actually in Galveston. There's no landline here.
That was a little clearer.
Yeah, you're clear now? Yeah, don't move. Like wherever you are, don't walk around, okay?
I won't walk around. I'll be still. So I started out with a deck of cards, and I had to practice my intuition. And as that evolved, he told me to not waste my time with flipping cards anymore, but to learn to help people heal and to help people evolve spiritually and find the light that's within themselves.
What a great story. I mean, that is, you got zapped by a major consciousness avatar, right? Quickly, gently, sweetly. What a great thing.
Yes, it's funny you should say that. One of the things I ask of all my students and apprentices is to live a life like a bodhisattva and to emulate an avatar. And if you live your life like a bodhisattva and you emulate an avatar for 10 or 20 or 40 years, what do you become? What are you? You're a bodhisattva.
You're a bodhisattva.
Maybe even an avatar.
These are the times of the bodhisattvas, and this is the time of avatars with guitars.
Yes.
And keyboard players to show up everywhere on this planet to help activate the deepest levels of consciousness. So I love, wow. Tell us some more about your stories. Love to hear.
Sure. I do a lot of energy work and a lot of mind-body therapy where I help people channel energy from the universe or God or whoever their higher power is. Whatever religion they're from, I help them connect to their God or their higher power. There are about 45,000 religions in the world today, and I don't think there's anybody that can convince me there are 45,000 gods. I think it all boils down to one God or the universe and different facets and belief systems. So I find that when people really connect and they get beyond their ego and they go into their heart and their soul, anything is possible. I see people that do this that have terminal cancer and hepatitis, and I've even seen quadriplegics get up and walk after, under 4 hours of work. It's not always that fast, but I just don't see people that don't progress when they really, really get beyond ego. Ego's a veil. It's not real. It's an illusion. And when you connect to your heart and your soul, everything is possible. You have a question?
No, I'm wondering, one of the things that you're bringing up to me is the reminder that healing is the great work necessary right now, because the wounding has been incredible. The psychic ride up out of the Fertile Crescent into this modern era has produced a tremendous wound in the psyche of all humanity. And these are all require a great army of conscious healers everywhere, and that you're one of these people who have arrived on this threshold at this time to help do the healing. And that's, in my case, I'm involved in that because I have certain health issues, and so healing is a very interesting personal topic for me. So it's great to hear you talking about all this.
Thank you. Yeah, it is my life path. It's my destiny to improve the quality of lives of those around me as well as my own. A lot of times it's through the mind, and sometimes it's through the body. A lot of us have bodies that are full of dis-ease, where the body's not healing properly. Our minds are programmed to heal the body and to tell the body what to do to heal. But when we have dis-ease, we get out of sync and out of balance, and that's where I believe illness feeds. And when you nurture the mind and the heart and the soul, I believe the body can start healing spontaneously. I've seen it.
Well, it certainly is a breathtaking device. My recent experiences, including all the way to near-death stuff, have taught me that my body is a better being than my natural thinking state per se, and that it's a much more capable, discerning consciousness avatar than I give it credit to. And I often have overridden, the reason I have health issues is I've overridden my well-being of body with my mind way too much, push hard. The film business is a exploitive business and very stressful, et cetera, et cetera. So I've got myself in these issues. But that's, of course, what's interesting for me is that this is also the planetary issue. Our planet is highly stressed now. We cultivate a stressed out culture. We're overactivating everything. And we need to calm down, chill out, and receive nature and nature's healing. And I think that's what your mission is, obviously, to get in there on that and get us going. So how do you like to work? I mean, how do you work with people? How do you figure out what's going on and with them and then what to do about it?
I often close my eyes and I see a video, in my mind's eye of their past, their present, and their future. And when I ask them, is this what's happened in your past, they often corroborate the story. And if the present looks the same, then I can often believe that I see what lies ahead in the future. Most of the time, it's bringing their mind back into harmony and balance. A lot of times, it's getting rid of anger and unexpressed emotion and pain and sorrow and suffering and grieving. And I find that a lot of the times when people are really ill, it's because they've held on to a lot of negativity in their life. It's kind of like the story of the two wolves. A little boy comes out of the teepee and says, Grandpa, how come you're not angry at Johnny Two Feathers? And Grandpa says, oh, because I have two wolves inside of me. I have a white wolf and a black wolf. He says, oh, Grandpa, tell me more. He says, the white wolf I feed with unconditional love, light, healing energy, and all the positive emotions you could ever imagine. The black wolf is fear-based, and I feed it with anger and bitterness and sorrow. And these two wolves are always fighting each other to dominate my life, my soul, my heart, and my being. And the grandson says, oh, Grandpa, which wolf wins? And the grandpa smiles and points to the sky and says, the one I feed. So I find when people express emotions and anger that they have held on to for years and they find a way to let it go, and I'm a guide for that. I'm a conduit for the energy as well. When they let all that go, all of a sudden their illnesses just disappear. You have tumors that can shrink from 4 inches to the size of a pea and then disappear in no time. I've seen, as I mentioned, quadriplegics get up and walk. I've never worked with a quadriplegic that did not get some level of mobility in their arms and hands. Most of them were able to get up and walk in the end. And that defies nature when you look at it through a scientific view. But when you look through it at a divine view, that's just normal. That's not a miracle. That's what the universe or God intended. They were supposed to learn something from that illness. And when they learn it and they process it and they let go of it, they find often bliss. And illness feeds on the negative emotion scale, not bliss. Think about it. When you feel really good, do you feel like talking to people and going out and hanging out with friends? Yeah, most of the time. If you're angry and bitter and you're at home nursing a grudge, most people are just out dancing. I think Buddy Hackett said that, maybe Buddy Ebsen, one of the buddies. And it's true, when you're angry and bitter, what do you get? You get tension in your neck, your shoulders, your head, you get a headache, maybe your chest starts hurting, maybe your stomach starts hurting. Think of all the parts of the body that get out of whack with anger.
Yeah.
There are only two emotion bases. One is fear and one is love. And it's a conscious choice. And we program ourselves to make a choice. Are we going to live in love or are we going to live in fear? I would challenge anybody to give me an emotion that is not fear or love-based. And it does take conditioning to not get angry when somebody does something mean or hurts you. But if you go to compassion and you say, oh, that person was mean, they must be feeling lots of pain inside or turmoil inside or fear inside to have behaved that way, then you can just skip the anger, the returning the anger, and you can go to compassion and send them love and be understanding.
That sounds like a great prescription in general. I think we all need to examine that base in our own nature. I certainly have experienced many forms of release in my life from anger and fear and anxiety and grief. Grief is a tough one, but one of the most interesting experiences of my life, a really sacred journey, was to go to Burning Man and build the temple that was to honor all who have died. And the collective endeavor of releasing grief in a full-on raging enactment of conscious invested energy is a beautiful grief releaser for an entire community of people, all suffering from lost children and lost fathers and sons, daughters, and sisters and brothers. And that is a breathtaking experience, and it is very much a release form through enactment that sounds like what, if we were to extrapolate what you're talking about, we could do on a collective level. What do you think of some ideas on that level? What do we do besides the personal level? Where does this impact the collective well-being?
I agree with you 100%, and I want to cover two subjects here. One is the Burning Man. I was invited to go to Flipside, which is the other half of the year for Burning Man, and I said, well, it's my birthday weekend. I think I'm going to pass. And then I just keep looking at it thinking, oh, my God, I've been invited to go do healings. I could help participate in a couple 1,000, 3,000 healings in a weekend. And I decided I'm going to ask the universe just to give me a sign. And I did that this morning. And the sign was, you brought up Burning Man. And that's synchronicity if you really look at it, because an hour before the call I was meditating and I was like, okay, I need to make some decisions. Well, I don't need to. I'm choosing to, really. And I really just am so called to go to Flipside. I just see myself there being able to help do healings and smudgings of thousands of people, and that's my life's calling. And I'm like, just give me a sign. And when you bring up Burning Man, okay, I guess I'm going.
Yeah. This is
as far as a collective consciousness, there's something that one of my teachers, Mary Norris, taught me, I think 18, 16, 19 years ago. It was something that we had done, but we never had the concept and a title for what it's called. She calls it masterminding. It's where you take more than one person and you unite your energies for the same goal, and you send energy or meditation toward it. When you do that, it's not 1 + 1 = 2. It's 2 exponentially. So if you have 6 people...
Yes. You got the geometry, right. It's exponential.
Right. So I've begun several meditation groups. I have one that is completely open to the public. And in the meditation, we all try to meditate at the same time. And there's several groups. There's open for the public. There's a teacher group. And then there's the advanced group of people that I've worked with and I've known for quite a while. Some of the people I've known for 30-something years that are in the advanced group. And the meditation is about channeling energy from the universe, uniting ourselves together, masterminding, and raising all of our vibration from 100 or 200 beyond unconditional love of 550 up into the thousands, and then sending that love out to the entire planet with the message, love, peace, unconditional love, and peace. And so we're doing that once a week for about an hour. And so that's one of the things we're doing. The other thing is pretty amazing. And we've had actually some good feedback on the meditation so far. But the other one is an album that we're working on. We're going to have at least one person from every country in the world represented in this album. The video is going to have at least one person from every country in the world. And the song will be Love, I Love You, Peace and Love, sung in at least one language from every country in the world. And we plan to cover about 20 genres of music. None of the music will be pre-written. It will all be freestyle.
You, Eric. So listen, we have to go to a commercial break. This is amazing and exciting. This is Athena StarSeed, Kim Hix, and the show Heaven on Earth with Eric Huggingbear Davis. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, everyone. This is Fred Dreyer with some breaking news. My new movie, Highway 395, has just been released. Highway 395 is my latest movie, and is now available for all of my friends and listeners to own. Highway 395 is a classic modern-day Western thriller. Action, romance, and the frontier spirit. It's all there in my new movie, Highway 395. Now, here's the best part. You can own this movie tonight by going to my brand new website, freddryer.co. Head to my website now at freddryer.co and check out the trailer. Then order the movie for a great night of entertainment. And while you're at freddryer.co, check out the memorabilia and my career highlights. But don't forget to order my new action thriller movie, Highway 395. So head over to freddryer.co. That's freddryer.co.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was a location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
Supreme grace, light rain down through me. Supreme grace, light rain down through me. Supreme grace, light rain down through me.
Hi, this is Athena StarSeed, and we are back with our show, Heaven on Earth. And this is a portal of possibility where we are gathering the collective, intuitive, innovative energy on the planet to harness it and put a grid together, which is our white light, starlight railroad grid, covering all the different nodal points. We are freeing the light workers, the slaves of the minds, and opening up into their avatars of the heart with the artistry of the Aquarian age. And we have on the phone Eric Huggingbear Davis. So we have 4 minutes left. Kim, do you have any questions for Eric to wrap up the show?
I would just like a quick wrap up of the most expanded thinking he can offer us. And I do want to tie the heart to the mind and just remind us that our real mission here is to realign the heart and the mind in each individual on the planet and get us in alignment. And Eric, give us the best possible outcomes of these scenarios you're working with. What have you really gone to?
Excellent. So I just want to mention a couple things, and then I'm going to tie it all in together. Remember several things. Hurt people hurt people. If somebody is being hurtful, surround them with love. There's no need to hurt them back. That will escalate the situation. Just love them through it with compassion. The other thing is, with these meditations, I desire to have about 20,000 people from every country in the world meditating simultaneously on peace and love, unconditional love, and world peace. In the jacket of the album, we're going to ask everybody to push for peace within their country. And when people decided to approach the Great Wall The armed military set their weapons down when the people spoke through their actions. When the people went up to the walls and basically their actions said, we're crossing over, the military laid their rifles down and said, okay, we're not going to stop them. Our goal with this album is to encourage everybody on the planet to spread kind of a contagious love to where everybody goes to their authorities and their government and says, please, let's have peace. No more war. Just love everybody. That would be bliss on earth. That would be heaven on earth.
Eric,
no more war.
That's
no
the
more
version
violence.
of Heaven Earth you're offering. I think that's wonderful. I can't tell you how succinct, though, your beautiful comment on hurt people hurt people. I've never seen it quite like that, but it clarifies it beautifully.
Yes, thank you. So do we have 20 seconds to do a 20-second brief meditation?
Yes, we do, but watch your phone because you're muffling if you keep moving the phone,
Is
okay?
this better? Is that better?
Better, yes. Keep it right there.
There we go.
So as long as you're not driving or in the middle of the street or operating heavy machinery, if you're in a place that is safe to relax and close your eyes, just take a moment, relax, close your eyes, and inhale deeply until your lungs are full. Visualize them in 3 compartments. Visualize inhaling purple light with gold and white flakes. And all of this light will numb any physical or emotional pain in your body, your mind, your psyche, or your heart, and will spontaneously heal your body. Allow it to start healing your body now. Allow your cellular regeneration to be in divine, perfect, loving order and healthy. Let's see if headaches disappear. Let's see if pains disappear. Let's see if depression disappears. Just focus on that one thought. Inhale your lungs completely, and then exhale dark. Anything that was yucky in your body will be dark as it comes out. Visualize it.
Eric, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3. Thank you so much. This is Heaven on Earth.
Thank
Eric
you.
Huggingbear Davis. Thank you, Kim Hix. We love you. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
next week. Stay tuned.
Your favorite talk radio shows sound like this? What if you could hear your favorite shows in crystal clear, high-definition digital sound? Well, with CRN Digital Talk Radio's 6 channels of high-definition radio, you can now hear all of your favorite hosts like you've never heard them before in CRN HD.